Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
10 a.m. in the morning, she's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Just like down.
Now.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Physicality, shot making, defense. The difference for the Celtics last night. Maybe the tactic should be just leave Draymond on the floor. Don't bait him. Don't go after him. Don't try to get him off the floor. Let him go out there and play his million minutes and get 2 points and 4 rebounds. Maybe that should be the tactic for the Celtics. Whatever it was all Boston last night in the fourth quarter. Celtics used all their energy, I thought, erasing an 18-point deficit early, come back, take a quick and brief lead, and then succumb to the Celtics, 116-100. Boston's got a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals. Much more, I think, concerning to Warrior fan should be the health of Steph Curry, who appeared to have hurt his foot late in the game, but it was the tougher team, and this has been a series of counterpunches. How does one respond? And it's going to be very, very interesting. How does Golden State respond? They are going to have to get tougher quickly, and they're going to have to get their star healthy. Klay Thompson, I thought, played well. They needed that, and when I saw him hitting shots, I thought they were in a good place. But this was just too much Boston. I thought the Williamses, plural, were terrific yesterday. Good morning to you. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. How you living?
Living good. What it do, everyone? And we said it yesterday. Just let Draymond Green do his thing, and more times than not, he'll take himself out of a game. For as good of a defensive player Draymond Green is, he's a black hole offensively.
Well, he was a liability
not
defensively, too.
When you think about it, his assist numbers, he's like moving the basketball. He's not a good shot creator. He just stands there and waits for Steph Curry to get open and throws him the ball. Like, he doesn't create opportunities for other people. He doesn't do anything offensively. And last night was the perfect example of why teams are okay when Draymond Green plays a lot of minutes. Because sometimes he does a whole lot of nothing on a basketball floor.
That was last night. So do you think I'm wrong on saying I think that I just think they were tougher. I think they were better defensively. Just rebound. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, and I tell you so often, I just believe, not always, okay, but stories of games have told. Like, we watched the Lobos last season. And I thought so often the story of the games were told in the rebounding numbers, and especially the offensive rebounding numbers. Golden State was out-rebounded last night 47-31. 47-31. There were 15 offensive rebounds by the Boston Celtics. That's 15 extra possessions. And to me, I thought both Robert Williams and I thought Grant Williams was just fantastic last night defensively. Going to the rim, nothing's easy, and maybe you're not going to be able to beat these guys shooting three-pointers, especially when they're making theirs.
And it's something that we've addressed all postseason is you can attack the Warriors with size. And Robert Williams was able to dig deep. The way they used him last night was fantastic. He didn't play a lot in that third quarter. The Warriors, did their stone cold stunner run in the third, but in the fourth quarter, it was Jason Tatum and Robert Williams closing out the game with their size, with their athleticism. Robert Williams was all over the place defensively, and Tatum being aggressive, going downhill with the basketball, scoring or setting other people up. And this is the thing that is so dangerous about the Celtics is there's not as many holes on that team as there is with the Golden State Warriors when the splash brothers are not hitting shots. And usually, Golden State is really good at overcoming that. You see Steph Curry getting to the rim. You see that ball movement. But last night, Boston, with their size inside, Robert Williams with their perimeter defense, they were so good all around. And it is another series where you look at the Boston Celtics and say they have 2 of the 3 best players on the floor at all times, in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And if you go starter to starter, it's 4 versus 5. 4 versus 1. Because if you can say, I'll take Steph Curry over Marcus Smart, you're taking every other Celtic over every warrior on the floor. And that's what Golden State has to battle in this series.
Taking Jaylen Brown over Clay.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the only other really question. Although Wiggins has been really good too. I might take Wiggins over Marcus Smart. But okay, I see your point.
So now
we're not drafting.
Yeah, but now if you're Golden State, you've seen how Boston has been very successful in this series. I look at Steve Kerr and say, all right, did you get it wrong not matching Robert Williams late with more Kayvon Looney? Because everything Golden State does is going to be smaller. And it didn't work last night.
All right. So I don't think this is over. I don't think you do. Do you?
The series isn't over.
You think it's decided?
If I'm sitting here today, I do think Boston wins this series.
You do. I'm going to stay with where I
They
was.
have more options.
Yeah, they do.
to get it
They
done.
do. They do. But I don't know that they're consistent enough. And I've watched them now. They only have to be consistent every other game. I mean, they do. They just have to win every other game because they won game 1, and they haven't lost 2 in a row at home. I think Ime Udoka's done a terrific job getting them ready. I thought what they did with Draymond, I was just so much bluster. I thought there was so much talk. To me, honestly, him in that game was an absolute non-factor. Non-factor.
Absolutely. And a lot of people see it with Draymond Green. Like, he can be a factor defensively. He absolutely can be. But he does a whole lot more that hurts your basketball team
Well,
in moments like that because he can't hit a jump shot.
he can't. He flat out can't.
He does not create looks for others. He just stands there and waits for one of those guys to run off a screen.
Well, periodically, if he gets the ball if he gets a rebound and runs,
It's a hot potato every time with him.
It's with them. It's sometimes. I think in transition he's decent, but I think not only is an offensive liability. I'm not certain that I think he was that great defensively last night.
Not last night.
I don't know. Do I think he's a terrific defender over his career? Even this year, I do. I don't think he was good last night, and I wonder how much of this talking and the BS, the podcast, and everything else. I know you're not a big guy that believes in distractions, but that guy didn't play well last night, and that guy has to play well. He has to. I'm not telling you he has to score a bunch of points, but he has to play well,
He's there to defend and rebound.
and he didn't really do that last night.
So Draymond Green, 3 games, 15 points, 15 fouls.
Last night, he had 2 points and 4 rebounds. And 6 fouls. He fouled out. So combine his points and rebounds, and that equals how many fouls he had. Now, is he the reason they lost? I don't think so. I don't think so. I thought Clay played well. I think they've got to get they've got to play better defense. I just thought the number of points. What was it at halftime? It was you look at what Boston's got, and they've got 68 points at halftime. I'm thinking, damn, there was a game where they had 70-something points in this previous round. I thought they allowed Boston to get too much into a flow, and I think what Jason Tatum did, I thought was terrific. But when he gets the help, when Boston, we talk about the depth, and when Marcus Smart can score 24, they had 3 guys score north of 20 points. Brown was terrific. Tatum was good, and I thought Smart did everything he needs to do. And then you're getting the defense and the rebounding that you're getting from the big guys. And I thought both Williams guys, I thought Robert was good. I thought Grant was really terrific. I thought he was a difference maker.
And it's the depth that Boston has, and there's going to be someone that you can attack because there's only 2 legit defenders right now. And yes, Draymond can defend, but I'm taking Jaylen Brown more times than not to win that matchup versus Draymond Green, which we saw last night. And then you're left with, all right, Clay and Wiggins, where are you throwing them at? And then it allows someone like Marcus Smart, who found himself a lot in Steph Curry, back you down, get inside, hit that turnaround jumper, and it was a quiet and efficient 24 points for Marcus Smart. Because when you look at the way Jaylen Brown started that game, he was in attack mode. The way Jason Tatum finished it, and then they put up the box score, and you're like, oh, Marcus Smart had himself a game.
505-246-0610. That's how to get to us today. 505-246-0610. Your emails will come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. What do we have for you today? We got a bunch. Coming up at 8 o'clock is your guest list. Nicole Dixon will be with us. She is the new softball coach at the University of New Mexico. Talk to her about the gig, the job, and maybe even the 16-1 victory. Oklahoma slammed Texas last night, game 1 of the College World Series. We'll certainly get more into the NBA Finals. There's some trade talk in the NBA. UNM women signed a transfer, a name with whom you might be familiar, and there's a whole lot going on in the NFL. Cooper Kupp got paid, and I'm going to ask you the question. Could it be time for the Browns to call Baker and say, hey, we kind of like you after all, and I don't know, would you consider? No, can that happen? I'll tell you why it might be time. It's the opening drive. Happy whatever day it is. What day is today? Thursday. Oh, Live Golf's underway. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
For over 3 decades.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For your business or your home.
Us in the opening drive. I'm here to remind you. Join us now. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Live Golf. Underway. Are you telling me it's 2 o'clock there now, so there's shotgun starting now?
Yes.
All right. It's not as easy to find this, just as you know. Have you found it?
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, that's right. It's not as damn easy as it was supposed to be for me. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but I asked JJ, and he's like, I don't know. So
live now.
Yeah, I know. We don't have to walk people through it. All right. Hoops is there. What if I told you?
I have it.
You have it? Like it's
LiveGolf.com.
All right, I'll get there. What if I told you it's time for the Browns to call Baker Mayfield and make up with him?
Sorry, I'm not trying.
You think I'm out of my mind?
Awkward phone call.
It's a really awkward phone call.
We've all gotten that phone call.
You calling your ex and you've been running around.
Yep.
You've been running around publicly with some hottie, and your ex has been sitting at home, and you're like, look at me, and I'm partying. You're posting all your crap on your social media, and they're seeing it, and you've been partying, and you've been living, and you realize your ex isn't all that, or it's just not going to work, and so you go back to Baker, and literally that's the new one isn't all that. The new hottie isn't all that. Look, with everything that's coming out now, and I told you yesterday, there's going to be something every day or every other day more on Deshaun. And they're picking at this, and they're picking at it, and now, 66 massage therapists in 17, in what, how many weeks? Whatever it was.
17.
One every basically one a week. The stories that are coming out that are consistent. The non-disclosure agreements, the Texans' involvement, they're talking, okay, it's got everybody I talk to now, I listen to, the screaming heads, the talking heads, the people who think they know. It's gone from 6 to 8 games, so I think he's got to get a year. I think he's at least a year. This is feeling so much more, and I know Lenny brought this up, a caller the other day. This is feeling so much more Trevor Bauer than it is anything else. And the NFL, and you've said this, they're going to protect the shield. Like at some point, is there something in there where it's like there's more here than we thought, and you know what? Maybe Baker wasn't all that bad, and we got to move backwards.
Yes, and this is one too where Trevor Bauer sit there and say, "Hey, can you stop throwing my name out there?"
Yeah, that's fair.
This? He got suspended by Major League Baseball for 2 seasons.
Yeah,
but he's not dealing with anything like Deshaun Watson is, and it's another player that did not have criminal charges pressed against him.
100%.
And this is what a lot of people were leaning on initially, but the flow is now just tremendous of everything that is coming out, and as you said, the consistency and all this. And it's initially people like, oh, money grab, just a bunch of people getting together. That is a whole lot of people just to get on one page to attack Deshaun Watson. So if you're the Cleveland Browns, they're like, well, we made this mess. We were prepared for this mess because we structured his contract in a way that we expected him to get suspended. They knew what they were getting into in that regard. But back to your point on Baker Mayfield, absolutely. I do not think that's outrageous. If you want to have hurt feelings, Baker,
that's right.
Go ahead and have hurt feelings.
Look.
But do you realize no one wants you right now?
Yeah.
Like, you're not a hot commodity. Like, people are waiting it out because that's the way they feel about you. So if you're Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns call, the first thing I'm saying is, all right, you guarantee my money this year. That last year they do. You guarantee I get every single cent of that, and I'll be a quarterback for you however long you need. Because Baker Mayfield still has to prove to everyone else that he's worth it. And this is a huge opportunity for him. If Deshaun Watson is suspended the whole season, for him to go out there, lead a football team, and get to the playoffs.
Opportunity for him. It's an opportunity
the best shot he's going to have. It's not going to be quarterbacking the Carolina Panthers or going to the Seattle Seahawks. It's if they bring him back, I say, all right, you make sure that this 1 year I got left, every single penny is guaranteed.
That's right.
And we'll run it back.
Let me ask you this. Is he better than Jacoby Brissett?
Yes.
I think so, too. I think it's going to be a hard phone call to make, but I think it's one that boys and girls, I think it's time. Because I don't know that you're going to – I mean, you were kind of – if you're a Browns fan, you're thinking, we won't have Deshaun for first 6 or 8 games. All right. But then after that, everything will blow over. Everything will be fine. I'm not sure you think that anymore. Lenny, I'm thinking you don't think that's right anymore. Good morning.
$10.
Hello, Lenny. $10.
Morning. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So Baker's contract for this year is 100% fully guaranteed for $18.6 million.
18.6 is the number. Yeah.
So no one wants to trade for him unless Cleveland pays $12 to $13 million.
Well, look, I don't know that Cleveland's going to have a better option at quarterback this season.
No, but here's the thing where Cleveland could still possibly get out of the Watson contract. Every allegation made, the first 22 did not affect any guarantees in his contract. But now, if the wording of the contract says, but anything moving forward after that can affect you, then that might be their out.
Yeah, but Lenny, do they want out? I mean, it comes down to they want out. They knew they were getting into something.
They don't want out because they're the James Dolan of the NFL.
Well, they want this quarterback, but if this quarterback's going to be suspended for a full year, is it worth it? If he's suspended for more, at what point is it diminishing returns? At what point is it no longer worth it?
No, and if they want to have any chance to succeed this year, they're going to do it with Baker and not with Brissett. I don't see Watson playing this year.
You and I are on the same page now. I'm getting there. I wasn't there before this week.
He should not play next year. And here's the problem. Everyone made out Kaepernick to be a social pariah. And then this guy gets a fully guaranteed contract doing what he does. And Kaepernick gets a tryout with the Raiders and still can't get on the field.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. You telling me he's not better than Nathan Peterman?
Who, Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Nobody's telling you that. Nobody's telling you that.
But no one's giving Kaepernick a chance.
You got a tryout. They never signed him. Whatever happened with that tryout with the Raiders? Like, it was cute, and
he
got
tried it out. They said he did good, and then that was it.
Wow.
If they had any serious interest in him, he was that good at the tryout, which I heard he was, they should have signed him right then.
Yeah, I don't know.
If he's already admitted he's willing to come off the bench.
All right. All right, man. No.
Lastly, with this Live tournament, the last player in the tournament who plays all 8
$120
events
grand, $120,000
will make $1 million just in what he finishes in. So if he finishes 54th in every tournament, he gets $100,000 a tournament, and then $50 million is the championship money. He gets $200,000. But in this tournament, they don't have to pay their 10% caddy fee; they're covering it.
I didn't know that. So the tour's covering the caddy, the caddy fee and the hotels?
That's covering 100% of all expenses.
Damn. Yeah.
On top of now, we had this discussion off the air about talking politics. Biden just has a meeting coming up now with the Prince of Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia now is salivated, going, look, I went from being called a social pariah by Biden in 2019 to now meeting with the president only helps their tournaments.
I think everybody's going to get over it, man. I do. I'm just telling you. If the golf is good, if the product's good, people are going to watch it.
And they've lost, 8 players right now?
8.
I am kind of like how the tournament's set up in the fact that no one gets cut, 54 rounds, but then you have a 14 format
54 holes, 48 players, yeah.
So we'll see what happens, but and I just want to give Tiger credit for turning down at least $700 million.
That's a lot of money. All right, man. We'll catch you later. Appreciate you.
So hopefully, my friend, you get a hold of her so you can get some more insight into.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. And I got so busy yesterday. I'll call her today.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right.
Phil's about to birdie.
So, Phil's about to
Just
birdie.
one. Just want to keep everyone informed.
Hello, Speech.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing
Good. How
today?
you doing, man? Good. What's up?
Hey, I just want to get this straight. Are you saying now that the Browns should keep Baker? Wasn't I saying that all along?
You might have been. Yeah, you might have been. Yeah, you're not the
Yes,
only one.
I was.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You got it
Okay,
straight.
I just wanted to call you out
All right.
on that.
I'm on your side
What do you
now.
think of the basketball game last night?
Yeah, I thought the Celtics were tougher, deeper, and the Warriors better figure something out. And they're going to get tougher. It's got to be Draymond and not fake tough. And they're going to have to defend a hell of a lot better than they did last night.
Right. I was watching the game. I just had a thought that they're kind of letting Steph have a shot the first 3 quarters, and then they're tiring them out, and then clamping down on him in the fourth.
It was tougher for him in the fourth quarter to find shots. It certainly was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly was. He had 31 points last night, though, and he was pretty good. All right, Speech, be well. See you.
Okay, you too. Bye.
All right, so Speech called it first. Oh, look, here's my deal on Baker and why I said this. As I'm sitting around yesterday and I'm listening, and we're all gathering news, we're all eating whatever we're being fed, and we're all absorbing, right? And you're listening to the more details. I'm listening to Rusty Harden open his mouth more and more, and he's just got to stop. The consistency of these accusations, and all of a sudden you're just like, okay, this isn't going to be 6 games, JJ. I don't think so. And at what point, I mean, I don't know. What point do you just say, dude, you got a problem? I like a massage, man. If you got massages, I know you have. You like massages?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Cleveland's going to hold out as long as they can in this. But if Baker Mayfield is their best option to win football games, if you're ever looking at that roster, and there's been so much, no one stepped up to defend Baker Mayfield. No one wanted him. But if you tell those guys, all right, Jacoby Brissett or Baker Mayfield this season.
Yeah, it's easy.
It is Baker Mayfield the best option for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I think it's easy. And so I'm thinking, all right, at what point do you call Baker and say, hey, buddy, how you doing? You doing all right? How's the family? Yeah, no, I just saw your – gosh, you were really good in that last commercial. Yeah, the one where you're packing up and moving. Hey, about that. So we were thinking –
not even just set up like Baker. We ain't getting the calls.
Yeah,
we're not paying this for your salary, but guess what? We'll pay you to play quarterback.
Yeah, you want to play quarterback. You want to come in and compete for the starting job against Jacoby. When Deshaun gets back, he's going to be our guy.
versus
messing
around with Matt Rule,
going to the Live Football
Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, or the Live Football League.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. But I think they both got to eat a little bleep here because I mean it's not. This wasn't a one-way street now. I mean, Baker kind of made his bed, but Baker, I think, always wanted to stay. Baker always wanted to be the quarterback of that team. They're the ones who made it pretty clear they didn't want him. And now they got to backtrack and go, about that. All right, Live Golf is underway. Got initial impressions. Do you as well? You watching it?
Oh, yeah, I'm watching it.
Do you have it up on your screen? You watching it?
No.
I sent you guys the link.
Yeah, no, I've got it right here. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I got a few impressions so far. 505-246-0610. What your thoughts on last night? What do you think? I mean, is it time? It's time to call Baker. Do you not think so? Browns fan? Football fan? Oh, and is a receiver worth $110,000 over 10 years? Evidently so. Who would that be? And tell you whether or not that's worth it. Aaron Jones owns International Protective Service. He protects what's important to you, to me, to his clients, businesses, and homes around Albuquerque. He started back in 2006. IPS was providing security for homeowners in 4 Hills. Here we are all these years later. Homeowners, business owners all over Albuquerque trust IPS to protect what they've worked so hard to build. I've trusted IPS for years. They watch my home. I travel a bit, as you know. It gives me security. I was out of town one time. My home alarm went off. They were there. They were on the phone with me. I could see them on the security cameras checking the exterior, just making sure. I mean, it's peace of mind. Your alarm goes off. You're out of town. What do? They're there for you. They're always watching to keep the bad guys away. Aaron's from Albuquerque, passionate about making Albuquerque a safer place to live and work, watching your home business with highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols. Committed to our city and your protection. Call IPS at 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or visit them at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures.
You're losing. I'm just telling you. You know why there's no reaction to NHL last night? Because, well, first of all, it's a final, and they're not there yet. It's Stanley Cup. And secondly, they didn't play last night because the Avalanche have swept their way into the final, and so the Western Conference, which would have been in that window, is already settled, and the Avalanche are home getting healthy. What a shot right there. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. A. Marie is producing on the radio side. Adrian is producing on ProView Networks. And you can watch us on Facebook, the OD and the AM, or on ProView Networks YouTube channels. So first impressions of Live Golf, A. Marie. I got to figure out what I'm looking at leaderboard-wise. Yeah. They give me some stuff on the side. I don't necessarily like that. There's not as much... because I'm watching without, although I did turn it up during the break, so it's in London, and they do have a guy with an English accent giving me golf, which of course
Arlo White.
It's Arlo White. So I got
it's
soccer
because he is the
voice
best soccer play-by-play guy.
I've got soccer now and
stole him, and now he's doing Live Golf because of the zeros on the end of the paycheck.
Look,
what's going to be like? Par.
All right. Let me ask you this. That's right. No, that's on the Spanish broadcast. So if the Saudi, whoever's representing the Live Golf Tour, called you, Mr. Buck, we've got an opportunity. Would you like to do play-by-play? Live Golf is underway, and we've got an analyst spot. We're going to start you. You're going to be following Phil Mickelson's group with an opportunity by the third tournament that you'll be in the booth and or in the tower on the 18th hole. Are you interested, Mr. Buck?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's how you get yourself interested.
That's right.
It's how you overlook all this stuff.
Yep.
It's how you say, I don't have to answer that question.
Let me ask you this, though, okay, with the Live Golf, because I do believe, the number one enticement, period, and we all understand it, is the amount of money, okay? Yes. You finish last in the 48-person field. There's no cut. You make $120,000 per tournament. I did not know what Lenny said is they're paying your caddy fees. So I'm going to guess you still tip your caddy a bit, 10%. I'm going to guess you still do, even though they're paying the caddy fees, which is nice. They're paying your hotels. I didn't know that either. But JJ, do you believe any of what the lines they're feeding you, like this is better for golf? They're trying to make golf better. They like the format. It's better for the golfers, because they're making guaranteed money. They're making more playing less. They say they like 54 holes as opposed to 72. They like a 3-day tournament instead of a 4-day tournament. They like whatever the different rules. I mean, is that a possibility as well? Because I think it is. I don't think it's simply just the money. I do believe that the guy's saying, hey, this is, Sergio, I can't wait to get off this damn tour. I do believe that's part of it. Now, secondary
Do
to
they
that,
have no rules on this tour then?
they have rules. They
No
have
rules officials?
I guess they're more quote-unquote player-friendly rules. There's still rules of golf. And you still got to play your ball where it is. You still can't ground your club in a hazard.
Oh, I'm a little too far over here. Let me just kick it into the fairway.
Foot wedge is not a legal club. But, I mean, these guys talking about whatever it is that their issues were with the PGA Tour. I mean, do you buy any of that rhetoric where these guys are saying it's better for golfers, it's better for the game, we like this better? I do. Now, they wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the money.
Yeah.
But I do believe that is part of the enticement. And do I believe Phil Mickelson is really upset about golf so much that if he wasn't paid, what's is $200,000 or $200 million? Is that what we're told he's been paid to go over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there things that sports would like to change or players would like to change in sport? Yeah. I don't think golf is broken, man.
I don't either.
I think that is just something they're using to help try to be like, well, this is why we're making them. They're making the move because it's more money than you're ever going to make in the PGA Tour, and it's okay.
And that's okay. Look,
because if the PGA Tour, if it was really that bad, more guys would be screaming about it weekly. They have the platform.
Yeah.
They have the power.
Yeah.
They're not.
Look, these are first world problems if there's ever been a first world problem.
Yes.
I mean, like, if there's a definition of a first world problem, it's these rich golfers saying we're not rich enough. Okay? And Sergio complaining that the guy started the clock on him. And by the way, when Sergio whined, like, the basis of his rant he was right. He did get hosed on that. He did. Now, did he handle it like a child? Yeah, 100%. Was there a better way to handle? And I know there's some of you probably don't know. So Sergio, in a tournament about 4 weeks ago in America on the PGA Tour, hit a ball and he had to look for it. Well, you get 3 minutes to look for your ball. And he had to cross over a creek. Like there was a body of water that he had to cross over. And the rules official started the clock before he crossed over. And it took him about a minute and a half. And Sergio said, you shouldn't start the clock until you get over. He was right. He was right. And that was when he went, I can't wait to get off this tour. Bleep, 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 bleep. Thanks, buddy. You're a jerk or whatever he called him. All right. I'm watching. It looks like a golf tournament to me. Right? Different graphics. I got to get used to the leaderboard. Phil's got a little facial hair going.
I think it's faster paced too.
Do you?
I think they made that was another note that they were gonna try to make it faster play.
Okay, so speed up the pace of play.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You like Phil's facial hair?
Yeah, and he's in all black.
What's that?
Are they using carts?
They are not using carts.
They're not using carts. Maybe they'll use.
I'm just wondering what makes it faster.
Yeah. Are you talking about faster pace of play or faster broadcast?
Faster pace of play.
Interesting. Okay, I'm not sure I've noticed that. I mean, if there's a shotgun start, if there's a group in front of you, there's always going to be. Okay. All right. But they're underway. I don't know that I've got a leaderboard for you. Do you see a leaderboard anywhere?
Yeah, so it's just shotgun starters, ensuring a faster and more exciting pace of play.
All right. I'll find it for you. But it's underway. If you want it, it's at livegolf.com/watch. And you can get it there. All right. When we get back, I want to get into the NFL stuff. A receiver got an extension. $110 million for the next 5 years on his contract. Is he the best, flashiest, fastest? No, he's probably not. But he led in everything last year. Is he worth that kind of money? I will tell you why he just might be when we get back. I've been telling you for a long time now about Numale, how thousands of men benefited from industry-leading testosterone replacement, how those men have felt better, stronger, they still are. They took care of fatigue, depression, even erectile dysfunction. Well, do you know that Numale specializes also in hair restoration? It's absolute truth. For men and women, hair restoration without side effects. The number's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. Or you can go to Numale, NUMALE.com. So Numale gives you options. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle. It stops hair loss, and it regrows hair. They also have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser proven to grow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants, which produce natural-looking results in less than a week. There's no linear scarring. Treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair without side effects. Numale's in Albuquerque. The number's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. Or you can visit them at Numale.com.
You've heard the latest news.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes.
All right, somebody named Poulin, or is that P. Ulm? Well, who the hell's winning this tournament? The leaderboard is really
says
hard.
-2. That's why I'm very confused.
The leaderboard, I don't know who that is, man. Like, give me a damn leaderboard. Give me names. Anyway, somebody's -2. And then HSWA is -1. And B, I'm going to guess that Brent. Who are they? I'm supposed to know their, their initials? Okay, that's got to change. Somebody's at -2.
Yeah, that definitely has to change.
That's really
I'm
bad.
even looking for the people we do know.
Yeah, I don't know squat on here.
Oh, Dustin Johnson is 9?
There's CKOE is Chase Koepka. DJSN is 9th. Yeah, there you go. TZGCH is... come on.
What's up with these logos?
Those are the team logos, right? Those are their little teams. Remember, they're all on a team.
Yes.
Ryan says almost 60,000 are watching between YouTube stream I saw and the Facebook stream. Not bad. He says, given it's early on Thursday. He also said, ready for a weird quirk in the RBC Canadian Open. That's the PGA Tour stop this week. He said split tee is normal, right? You know, groups go out on 1 and 10, and that's normal. You know, some groups start on the back 9. But the players are going to start on 1 and 9 in this tournament instead of 10. And I don't know why. It's really weird. All right. So Live Golf is underway. It reminds some of Senior Tour, I've been told already. 505-246-0610. Come on in, 888-922-0610. Cooper Kupp got paid the Rams extended the guy who basically won the Triple Crown, right? Well, there's breaking news as well. I'll give you that breaking news here in a moment. Who won the Triple Crown in receiving last year. 3 years extension for $80 million. So for the last 5 years of his deal, he's going to make $110 million. Highest guaranteed money ever for a wide receiver in the NFL, which would be $75 million guaranteed. And I'm going to tell you, he's worth it. He's durable. He's obviously your quarterback's favorite receiver. Was he the MVP of the Super Bowl? I think he was.
Yes.
Right? I mean, market value, man. Market keeps going up. Market keeps going up. I know it's a lot of money. Is Cooper Kupp worth it to you?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
It's all about how you structure these contracts and where the guarantees, the signing bonuses come in to allow yourself to continue to hand out deals in the future. And who do you think is more important for this team to repeat for a championship? Aaron Donald or Cooper Kupp?
Both. Who's more? So I would say Aaron Donald because you can't find another one of him. I'm not sure you can find another Cooper Kupp, but I think it's easier to replace a receiver than it is to replace a guy that absolutely affects the game defensively. I mean, how would you answer that question?
I think
it's not easy.
It's not, which is a good thing for the Los Angeles Rams. But I think it would be Aaron Donald because he's something in the game that we haven't seen since. Well, I guess Warren Sapp was similar, Hall of Fame defensive tackle.
Yeah, there's very
they're few and far between.
Yeah.
There's always an edge guy. There's always an outside linebacker. Always a rusher. They're like, wow, this is best generation. It is few and far between to have a defensive tackle blow up games away. Aaron Donald does. He is a closer for that football team. And they got both back with Matthew Stafford. So they good to go.
Yeah, no, they got both. Hey, Marie, who do you think more valuable to repeating, more essential, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald? You got to pick
Aaron
one.
Donald.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page there. I mean, that doesn't diminish Cooper Kupp.
Absolutely not.
I just think it's hard to find a receiver that you're going to tell me. I mean, I don't care if it's Devontae Adams. I mean, no matter who it is, that is more essential than a guy who changes the game defensively. I think you can find receivers. Not all of them. I mean, obviously, there's better guys that are better. There's the best Adam, the guys who make plays. I mean, there's very few DeAndre Hopkins, right? Cooper Kupp is. I don't have a comparison on Cooper Kupp. Is he Jerry Rice-ish?
Very technical.
Right? Route runner, doesn't drop balls, reliable, tough, dependable. I guess is reliable, the same thing. And really, really good. Not insanely fast, not insanely big. Kind of. I mean, I'm not telling you he's Jerry Rice. Please, please, please stop with that.
I was gonna say,
yes,
calm down.
Don't push send. But who does he remind you of? I mean, is it sacrilege to say somebody reminds you of Jerry Rice?
When you look at Jerry Rice, and I'll lean on the people that watch him in his prime a lot more. Like Jerry Rice wasn't necessarily the DK Metcalf. Like Jerry Rice is in unbelievable shape, and he runs up that hill, and he still runs up that hill.
Yep.
But it reminds me of Cooper Kupp. Like the way he's packaged.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's just a little bit better at everything, which makes him great.
Yeah, stop before you push send and tell me I'm an idiot. He's not Jerry. I got it. Jerry Rice is the best receiver we've ever seen. I'm not saying Cooper Kupp is the best receiver. That's not what I'm saying. Who does he remind you of? What receiver's game does it remind you of? I threw out Jerry Rice. I mean, again, not telling you he's better than Jerry Rice. Easy, tough guy. But I mean, whose game? He's not Julian Edelman. I'll tell you that. He's way better than that. That's why he just got paid $110 million, $75 million guaranteed. Cooper Kupp out of Eastern Washington. Remember the Rams drafted him? They didn't have a first-round pick, right? So they drafted him with their first pick of the second round. Out of Eastern Washington. What town is Eastern Washington in? Come on.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on. Anybody know?
You're our expert up there.
I know, I'll tell you.
Yakima.
No, that's I see where you're going, though. I actually appreciate your thought process on that. I did live in Yakima. Cheney. It's just outside of Spokane, Washington. The Eastern Washington. What's the mascot? The Ewoo.
Eastern Washington, the Eagles?
Eagles, of course. Yes, that's right. On the red turf.
Of course.
That's right. Duh, of course. Any idea? Do you know another relatively famous alum who's heard regularly on this radio station that is from Eastern Washington? Colin Cowherd.
Oh.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, he's become, I think, is he worth it? If you can afford it, you can fit it into your structure, and you can take care of everybody else. You just took care of a guy who was, I mean, he was in the MVP conversation. Was he top 3 in the MVP in the NFL last year? Cooper Kupp?
Yes.
All right. Now, is it a one-year sample? I don't know. It's a one-year sample at that level, but it's a multi-year sample of how good he is. And he rose to the top of the wide receiver chart. Where's he in your fantasy football draft? As far as receivers, put him on your. I mean, how many guys are you putting above him? Who's your number one fantasy football? Is it Devontae Adams with the Raiders? Is it Tyreek Hill with? Who's your number one guy when you go to draft fantasy football now?
He's up there.
I think the number one fantasy football wide receivers.
I mean, he
wide
catches
receiver,
12 balls a game.
First wide receiver off the board. I think it's going to be a battle between Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Jamar Chase. I might take Devontae Adams before Jamar Chase.
Well, now or
no?
then?
I mean the now, currently, the next draft.
I think Adams' numbers are still going to be
up there
on points. Derek Carr is going to throw to his BFF just like Aaron Rodgers.
That's kind of my thought process on this. He's going to a new spot. This is one that will be fun to watch. You know, Derek Carr's never had this dude. He said Darren Waller.
Mm-hmm. Justin Jefferson.
You like Jefferson at the top?
Not the top. I'm saying he's up there.
I got him. I mean, I've seen him listed as number 2. Jamar Chase is 3, with Cooper Kupp number 1 on the 3 list I'm looking at. Wow, Stephon Diggs. All right, maybe I should hold on a couple of these guys. Nicole Dixon's going to be with us. She's the new softball coach at UNM at 8:30 this morning. When we return, is Draymond more of a detriment or a help to the Warriors? Certainly the answer is clear from last night, but how does that answer shift into their favor? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, Live Golf underway. P.KWM is leading. I.POU, that's Ian Poulter, I would imagine, right? We're supposed to know these guys that well. You know what would have been good, Amory? Live Golf is underway. The Live Golf Tour, the first tournament in shotgun start. So they all start at the same time. They all end at the same time, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
They should let them wear shorts.
Totally.
Do you think? Maybe it looks chilly. They're all wearing quarter zips. So,
whoa.
Oh, that one's in the junk. It's in the rocks. They have rocks there, JJ.
Yeah.
Rocks.
I know it's
JJ rocks.
It's the pair of pant that golfers have to wear.
Well,
that's holding them
it's
back.
not a pair. It's a singular item.
Singular
clothing. That's a pant.
The pant.
Yeah. That's
that
what
golfers wear on the PGA Tour. That's an issue.
Look, man, if it's all about the golfer and comfort, just let them wear what they want. I have to wear collared shirts. I guess they should still wear collared shirts. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. A. Marie's with us on the radio side. Adrian's watching and producing where you watch on
this
ProView Network. Yeah.
Why is John Daly not here? This golf tour was invented for John Daly.
That would be so great.
Where is he?
That's actually a really good question. Yeah.
This is his tour. Why is he not there?
They'd probably let him use a golf cart.
No, they would not.
They wouldn't?
No, that's probably why. Ryan texted in on your Justin Jefferson thing. He said, go Geaux Tigers. He's got Justin Jefferson as a 6th-round keeper and Chase as a 5th.
Oh, two. Ooh.
Yeah. By the way, Ryan's going to be in studio as a guest with us, and easy for you guys. Well, I mean, why can't I be in studio? I'm a contributor. All right. Ryan's going to be in studio on the 20th, Monday the 20th. And
do you hang out with the national championship trophy that they hand out in college football?
Exactly.
Is he bringing the trophy through?
So I don't know that he's going to bring the trophy, but Ryan is going to be in studio, and we're just going to talk college football. He's been to all these venues. But the stories that he's got about taking that so he basically what he does throughout the college football season is
Did he have gloves like the Stanley Cup guy?
Yeah, we'll talk to him about that. Yes, he escorts. He takes the college football championship trophy, the playoff trophy, on tour. Goes to different sites, and we're working on getting it here. I'd like to get it here for the New Mexico Bowl.
I'm so excited for that. Is it like his Wilson?
He's so
cool. Sit there when he's having dinner in his hotel room and he's like having a conversation with the trophy.
Well, you saw the picture that as he was having breakfast.
Listen to the opening drive, eating breakfast.
What's his job title?
Well, I don't know. That you'll ask him. But he also is the media relations. Cool. He's the media relations director for the New Mexico Bowl as well. Yeah, he also does that. He does a number of things. But so he'll be.
Did he name the trophy?
Can we name it? I think it's already got a name.
I mean, does he call it like?
Oh, like does he have a pet name for it? Like, hey, cutie, hey.
He's like, oh, what a day.
Let me tell you something, Sally.
What a day.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Are you guys something on the text line? Because we were saying, who does Cooper Kupp's game remind you of?
Texter, and I hope this is sarcasm,
please,
said,
oh boy,
Cooper Kupp reminds him of Wayne Corbett and Ricky Prohl. You know why?
I yes, I do.
Oh, white guys.
Oh my.
You know how much better
hot take
Cooper Kupp is than Ricky Prohl and Wayne Corbett? Like both those guys had nice careers in the NFL. I'm taking nothing away. Wayne Corbett came out of Hofstra, came out of nowhere, had a nice career.
I've been to Hofstra.
On Long Island?
Yeah.
On Long
Partied
Island.
there.
Yeah.
Spent a St. Patrick's Day there.
That's right. I bet it was a good time out on the island. Ricky Prohl, nice career. Cooper Kupp is so exponentially better than those guys.
This Cooper Kupp kid, it's got a high motor.
Oh my God.
Caucasians. Well, he kind of looks like those guys. All right, but who does his game remind? Well, those guys. All right.
I heard of Wes Welker. He's kind of like that guy.
Yeah. Julian Edelman. That's right. All right. Is there any more? Any more Caucasian receivers? Let's go.
Brandon Stokely.
Goodness gracious.
Ed McCaffrey.
It's a good one though. That's good. I got his signed ball in my office.
Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen. Yeah, Adam Thielen's the second best Caucasian receiver in the league. Stop it.
Everyone stop.
Stop it.
Can we just talk about slot receiver and routes?
Yes. 505-24. We're not playing your game today.
We're gonna get canceled.
We're not playing your game today. All right. P.KWM is leading the Live Golf. There's 15 holes to play. They all kind of are on the same pace. And Lee Westwood's hitting out of the rocks right now. And Arlo White, you've got British.
Phil was too, by the way.
So the gallery, JJ, there's like random people around. I can't tell if these have they been paid to go watch the golf tournament as well? Are they on salary?
Let me look up how you attend.
Or do you have to buy tickets to this one? Pay to attend? No, honestly. Tell me that would be like really crazy.
They're like with your deal, you'll get 10,000 fans.
Yeah. Here's your leader. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try. But he damn near chipped in. Can you pronounce that?
Absolutely not.
All right. I don't know who that is, but he is 3 under par, and he's playing really well. All right.
Maybe get tickets with your American Express card or something. I don't know.
Or your British Express card, or your Saudi Express card. Stop it.
The Bank of America.
What's going on?
All right. We went into break, and I asked you about Draymond, and I said, is he a detriment, or is he a last night he was a detriment. JJ said that Draymond is a liability offensively, which
the black hole.
Yeah, the ball stops now. They're leaving him wide open. Where 4 years ago, he'd make one out of every 3 of those 3-pointers. He can't shoot anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't think he was good defensively. Now, I do think he'll respond. I think that there's enough defensive game. JJ, I don't know what he was trying to do. It almost felt to me yesterday like the times that he was chirping. It was what is Phil walking in a meadow somewhere? He looks like he's in like some Disney movie. Just look at your video. Like where the hell is he? He's in like it was just him that walking in the meadow. I felt like Draymond's ire was manufactured. That like his chirping was disingenuous. There was so much thought that went into it.
Here's the
nothing felt natural yesterday.
Is his good and bad is going to be a lot harder to take because it's not just, he had a rough game, he was missing some shots, but he got to the rim and he played defense. He can only play defense. And if he's having a bad game defensively, he's not going to give you anything else if others aren't hitting shots because he's not creating opportunities for his teammates. He's just holding the basketball and waiting for Klay Thompson or Steph Curry to come off screens, which is not a bad business model because it's got them this far, but it is highlighted when they take away those things, when someone isn't having a good game around him, then his style of play, his attitude, it becomes harder to digest when he doesn't have anything else backing it up.
And there's nothing there.
because it's either
he didn't
he's
rebound.
playing defense. And he didn't. Robert Williams was grabbing rebounds over his
him.
head.
Okay, that
his
was
head.
the thing. Yes. All right, we're both watching the same thing. And that was one of the, okay, well, all right, Draymond's an offensive liability, but he's going to get rebounds. Dude, Robert Williams reaching right over him. Like you would with your kid out in the driveway. That was what was stunning to me last night.
I felt like Robert Williams last night.
Yeah,
living room is like, bah!
Where's tough guy
Austin.
Draymond? At least he'll defend and rebound. He didn't defend or rebound, and I was certain he was getting a technical when he fouled out.
No free layups. Not in this house.
I'm just not in this house. Can't take that crap back to your room.
Good. I'm glad you're parenting like that. Heck yes. I don't like that. Let him win. No.
Tough love, damn it. I just, so what's the biggest reason they lost? Is it they were out tough, they couldn't play defense, they don't have enough weapons? Like
Yes, sir.
You're telling me that the Warriors don't have enough weapons?
They don't have as many weapons as the Boston Celtics. Because I'm taking, so as much as we talk about, Draymond Green, his attitude, like I would rather have Al Horford on the floor than Draymond Green. Because I know at least with Al Horford, all right, he had a bad game, but prior, when they only scored 88 points.
Yeah.
But Horford, he can defend enough, maybe not defend as well as Draymond Green in terms of players on the perimeter. But I know when the basketball is in his hands, the triple threat is a thing with Al Horford.
By the way,
there's no threat when Draymond Green.
Do you remember the numbers that you, Amory, that you gave yesterday when we were playing the over-under game? Do you remember the number?
I think I remember.
Do you remember the number on Kayvon Looney? Because I do. Do you remember how much?
It was
it was
6.5?
It was 6 points. You said over under. Do you know how many points he scored?
How many?
6.
Oh my God!
Do you remember the number on Al Horford?
11.
Do you know how many he scored last night? 11.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
It is
Beyond
stupid how good they are.
Makers.
Yeah. What I gave you 27.5 on Steph.
On Steph, though, the threes, he went over your number.
He went over that. Yeah. And I said 27.5 points. He went 31. I gave you 17.5 on Clay. You went under, didn't you? No, Clay. No, you went over. Yeah, 25. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
The Celtics are good.
Yeah, really?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
They're
playing
darn good.
They are darn good, and they're playing the veteran team, and they are going to keep maturing. That's the thing I keep thinking about, maturity. Like they're going to lose this next one. They can't just close them out.
Well, one thing is
they can't just close them out.
And I think this has been made clear. The Celtics are new to this stage.
Correct.
In this carnation, but they are not young. This isn't some.
Correct.
They're not the Memphis Grizzlies, right?
No.
A bunch of 21-year-olds.
No.
They're veterans
that are
been on
new
playoff runs before.
Been on runs 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12-year guys. They're not young. They're not immature, and that's why
you can learn in the moment.
100%.
When you go out there, you sweep Kevin Durant, you beat Giannis in 7 games. You beat Jimmy Butler in 7 games.
The number 1 seed.
Those are all lessons you're learning that you can grow in the moment. You don't have to learn every lesson the hard way.
100% agree. 100%
to be able to then take the next step. And we're seeing that with this Boston Celtics team. And Golden State's going to respond because they're good. You look at Game 2, Boston scored 88 points. There's still a wild variance in this series. But overall, I like everything that Boston brings to the table because there's certain things that Golden State cannot match.
Now, can they just have enough of those games? And now they need to get 3 of the next 4 because that's what it's going to take to win. You know what it's going to take to look good in your car? On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Your car is grimy, isn't it? I know. I'm not bagging on you. Mine is too. Your car's dirty. You got French fries and junk. Something smells like it died in there, doesn't it? I know. And then you look at it and say, how did it get this dirty and filthy? Well, it's what happens. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is going to take care of that for you. They will come to you and they will detail your car, not just wash it. This isn't running it through some washer and have some guy kind of clean around the rims. No. The On the Spot Automotive Detailing comes out and they detail your vehicle to the point where when they're done with it, inside, outside, under the hood, around the rims, it looks and feels and smells like the day you took it off the lot. It looks brand new. This is what the car dealerships do. They get their vehicles detailed. On the Spot does it as well as anyone, if not better, and they come to you wherever, whenever it's convenient. Your place, your home, your office. I don't have time either, man. You're like, well, when am I going to have time for that? You don't need it. You can be in the office for the next few hours? Good. Call them, make a reservation, make an appointment. They come out, and while you are in the office, they're in the parking lot. You get a buzz. They go out, and boom. It looks unbelievable. Everybody's going to be going. Last time I had it done, people were standing around. That's so cool. How can I get that done? Well, here's the number. The number is area code 505-859-2859. That's the number. They also have scratch removal, paint correction kits, all of that stuff, and they have ceramic coating, which they apply by hand. It's the best way to protect your paint for years, and they offer a 10% discount to our military. Give them a call. Father's Day is next weekend. This is a great gift. 505-859-2859, area code 505-859-2859, or you can book or get a gift card online. It's otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
PGA. The PGA has suspended the 17 members who are competing in this event. They announced the punishment in a memo to players this morning. ESPN and everybody's got a copy of it. So the players are, and some of them had already resigned. Sergio Garcia, Taylor Gooch, Brandon Grace, Dustin Johnson, Matt Jones, Martin Keimer, Graham McDowell, Phil Mickelson, Kevin Na, Andy Ogletree, Louis Oosthuizen, Turk Pettit, Ian Poulter, Charles Schwartzel, Hudson Swafford, Peter Uihlein, and Lee Westwood. I don't believe this is a surprise, but this is the response from the PGA. Quote from Commissioner Jay Monahan, "These players have made their choice for their own financial-based reasons, but they can't demand the same PGA Tour membership benefits, considerations, opportunities, and platforms as you." He's speaking to the membership. "That expectation disrespects you, our fans, and our partners. You have made a different choice, which is to abide by the tournament regulations you agreed to when you accomplished the dream of earning a PGA card, a PGA Tour card, and, more importantly, to compete as part of the preeminent organization in the world of professional golf," end quote. So that was in a letter to the PGA players. The memo went on to say that players who compete in live events are ineligible to participate on the PGA Tour or any tours which the PGA sanctions. That includes the Korn Ferry, the Champions Tour, the Canadian Tour, and the PGA Tour Latino America. Monahan also said that any players who take part in future live golf events will face the same punishment. Reaction?
Knew it's coming from the PGA Tour. They're going to plant their flag.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how long. I don't know that I see how long the suspension is. I don't see the word expulsion. I see suspension. And I think these guys are saying, yeah, whatever, dude. So we're playing on this tour. You do your tour, and we've made our choice. We're going to go make a bunch of money, play less, and make more. Ray, good morning to you.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How you living?
Good. As far as Golden State's my team, but I think what it was, you guys are saying that they played better defense, and that, well, they said the same thing after game one, and then Golden State went to put a whipping on them in game two, and this was the same way. I'm a Golden State fan, and I took Boston and the points last night. Whoever thought Golden State was going to win the first game in Boston, they're crazy.
That was nuts.
And they're my team. All they got to do is win 1 out of 2. And they got the home court advantage again. And the game was decided in the first quarter of the game. When
actually,
they
that's
went
not right.
1 for 11 at 3-point from 3-point land, and Klay Thompson wasn't hitting no shots. And then they get behind 15. That's where it is. If Golden State comes out and starts hitting their shot for the beginning of the game, then it's a whole different.
Yeah, I think getting down 24-9 was a big deal.
After that,
yeah,
and
right.
As far as JJ, I'll take Draymond Green over Horford any day. Horford had that 26 points. That's the best in his career. Then he comes back with a 2-point game. Last night, what did he make? 5 free throws and had 11? Yeah. I'd take Draymond any day. Thanks, guys.
All right, Ray. Thanks. I think getting down 24-9 was big. I just, I didn't think they were out of the game, but I thought it was they spent all night catching up. Now, that 7-point possession where they got to within 2 and then took the lead on the next possession. I don't know. I even then I didn't feel that they were going to win the game. Did you? All right, what do we respond to him on he'd take
that
Draymond over
like,
Horford?
I think
personal preference.
If we're talking like career,
yeah, we're talking about right now, Dave.
like
right now.
Right now, I'm taking Al Horford over Draymond Green in this specific situation. Like Draymond works for the Warriors, just like Al Horford works for the Celtics. But Al Horford last night, 5 of 7 from the field, not just 5 free throws, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. That's a Draymond Green stat line. Draymond Green, however, in the last 2 games, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. They blew him out. 2 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, fouled out, taking 4 shots.
Yeah. All right. That did not come through, just so you know. I think I might, boy. Who do I want right now, Draymond or Horford? If you're asking me just for the rest of this year, I think Draymond's got more years left. Draymond's game offensively, the way it's deteriorated offensively, is deteriorated the right word? Regressed a better word?
Yes, he can't shoot.
But it
like even
to my point,
he's never been a shooter. But at least you've said, and we've all seen it. Oh, there's games Draymond 2 of 4, 2 of 5.
He didn't hurt you.
He's lucky if he hits the rim on a jump shot these days.
It's really bad. It's really, really, really not good. And so, yeah. And
Draymond in 3 games has made 5 field goals.
I'm not arguing that
like we know he's not a focal point of the offense, but he's such a detriment.
Yeah. And look, he'll still get out in transition. He's still a guy who could get a rebound and go, and you still trust him with it. But it's is it hot potato now? Is it sketchy at this point? All right, I got more comparisons on Cooper Kupp. Who does he remind you of? We'll get there coming up after our guest. Coming up next, we're talking. Did you watch softball yesterday? Did you see what Oklahoma's just doing to the field? UCLA beats them in a game to stay alive, and then they come back and just beat the living tar out of them. And so then they go to the final of the College World Series, 2 out of 3. Oklahoma beat Texas 16-1 yesterday.
They hit 6 home runs.
Texas was up 1-0 though. Lobo softball's entering a new era. They hired a new coach last week. Nicole Dixon is who she is. She's going to be with us next. We'll talk about her vision for UNM softball and why here was right. That's coming up next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the...
Little softball has a new head coach. It's the opening drive. Thanks for being with us this morning, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Get back to your phone calls in a little bit. You watch any of the College Softball World Series yesterday? 16-1, Oklahoma beat Texas. Game one of the best of three.
I thought it was a home run derby.
It kind of was. 6 of them left the yard for OU. For UNM, they announced their new head coach last week. Nicole Dixon is the new coach. She is no stranger to New Mexico. Got her bachelor's at Eastern New Mexico. Comes over after 6 years at Stephen F. Austin, where they won 30 games or more in 4 of her last 5 seasons. The 2021 Southland Coach of the Year. And now the newest Lobo coach, Nicole Dixon, joins us this morning on the opening drive. Good morning, Nicole. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great.
We appreciate you spending some time. So how's it been? You settled? You got a lay of the land? You know where you probably know where the Frontier is, where to go get your breakfast burrito and where the coffee's coming from, and then learn your roster, right?
You know, what's funny is you said the Frontier. I was actually talking to the baseball coach, Todd, last night because we're looking to set up some visits next week. I'm like, hey, give me some ideas, places to go. He said Frontier.
Yep.
So I'm excited to check that place out. But I'm excited to come up there. I'll be up there next week. We've got some visits going in, and then I'll be probably on the recruiting grind until about the 1st of July, and then hopefully packing up a U-Haul and coming to New Mexico.
Beautiful. Well, welcome back to New Mexico after I know you did your undergrad at Eastern New Mexico, a little different, coming all the way to Albuquerque. What was it about this gig? I know you've had a lot of success at Stephen F. Austin. You looked at UNM and you talked to Eddie. What was it about this job that said, yep, that's the right one?
I guess just the ability to grow with the facilities and resources that UNM has. I see a lot of potential, especially if, Eddie and David, their plan is to invest into the program over the next couple of years and, do some different things with facilities. I think that UNM can be one of the most competitive teams in the Mountain West. I think we can recruit kids there. The campus is beautiful. And realistically, I just feel like the upside is huge.
Nicole, I hear a lot of coaches, and they talk about facilities, and I think regular fan probably sits there and just gets numb to that because it doesn't affect the fan. When you say facilities and plans for facilities, it's not just about a field to play or maybe a locker room. Could you go into that a little bit more? Because I think that sometimes when coaches say that, it goes over the head of the fan.
Well, give you a little background. So here at Stephen F. Austin, I am the field crew. So I know my staff, we maintain, we prep it before games. So not every D1 school is set up to where you've got a full-on staff and just the right kind of facility to set up to just kind of streamline your job. So for me initially, like just having the field on campus, the facilities set up, I think that whenever you're talking about facilities when it comes to recruiting and retention, and just like we're in an environment right now where, if student athlete welfare, like you want to give these kids a quality experience. A lot of these kids are, if they're not local kids, they're coming from out of state, and you want this place and this space to be their home. So I think also from a community standpoint, I think you want to make it comfortable, fan-friendly, shade, good seating, quality experience. So, and just from the recruiting aspect of it, obviously, like I'm trying to recruit kids who I think can play, Power 5, big-time programs. And so for us to, have an advantage to pull some of these kids from those big schools, I think that, UNM has great bones, a great structure, and can do some things within their facilities to be one of the top facilities in the Mountain West.
Nicole Dixon is the new Lobo softball coach. She's with us on the opening drive this morning.
Nicole, JJ Buck, and you speak about recruiting, and so many things have changed over the last few years. For yourself, do you have like a balance? Do you want X amount of freshmen coming in versus transfers, or is it just about the best players available at that time for your program?
So right now, what I've been doing this week is just kind of having conversations and Zoom calls with all the current kids on the roster. And I've been really impressed. Just the emotional maturity, their mindset, the conversations have been really good. I think there's talent on roster that, we just kind of need to tap in and work hard and develop. I think pitching right now is definitely somewhere we need to add, 2 arms to, make us competitive within the Mountain West. I think today's day and age, you can get top kids out of the portal. But I also think that there's enough local talent within the state of New Mexico. I mean, you can get those athletes and really build around, you can build around that talent. So we're going to try to pull kids from everywhere, kids who align with our core values. We're going to work hard. We're going to be good people. We're going to represent the university, on and off the field. And, we're going to be a competitive program. So we want kids who want to compete and who want to win.
You did mention, the talent within the state of New Mexico, and there's a few Lobos, including Ashley Archuleta, a local product was really good last season for UNM. But in your time of just watching the game grow, not just on a national stage, but especially being in the Southwest, being in Texas, how have you seen the development of young softball players?
You can even kind of like what y'all were talking about earlier, just watching the Women's College World Series. Like, this game is contagious, and it's on TV more now, and it's just visible, and it's out there, and it's fast-paced, and it's fun. I think softball is trending to be one of the most up-and-coming sports in the NCAA, just from the energy and, the high level of competition. It's just, it's more available. Travel ball-wise, you've got nationwide tournaments, you've got organizations, you've got parents investing within their kids for lessons and tournaments. And so it's just, it's up and coming, and I think it's definitely the sport to watch.
If few more minutes with Lobo softball coach Nicole Dixon this morning on the opening drive. Nicole, so much you talk about the evolution of college athletics, and you mentioned the portal, and the NIL has been just the conversation, and we've spent hours on it. And I think that the bulk of the conversation tends to focus on football, men's basketball, but it's trickled down through the entirety of the athletic department. How does that play into, maybe you don't even know the answer yet, but how has that affected you in the first year dealing with it at Stephen F. Austin, and how prevalent is it at women's softball and dealing with it when you're talking to the young ladies at the University of New Mexico?
You know, here at SFA, our administration did a really good job. We had a business unit called NoCap that represented our student athletes. You know, from coaching standpoint, we really can't, be a liaison for the NIL. But I'm all about student-athlete welfare and, promoting the kids. I think that it's a great resource for them. I do kind of think that softball is not on the same scale as the basketball and the football. So for us, it really hasn't hit us well. But I am excited because, Albuquerque, the support within the community, that's kind of one of the things that really sold me when I was there. Everybody loved the university. Like, everybody was invested within the university. It's the top university in the state, and it's just the community support. I think that you've got so many options there for, people to really support their female athletes, and softball hopefully can be one of those programs that they really dial into.
Yeah. Looking forward to having you get into town and get started, and best of luck to you. Congratulations on the gig.
Thank you.
Best of luck with the pack. Do you have somebody? You had to mow the lawn at the softball field. Does somebody pack your truck? You got to pack your own truck too.
So I'm really cheap and I'm really frugal. I'm going to tell you that. So I'm going to get a U-Haul and drive it about 12 hours across the state. So, and if y'all know of any houses that are coming for sale, let me know, because I'm trying to buy as soon as I can.
All right, so we put that out. Any realtors or people selling homes? We got somebody. But can't you an NIL? So now that you can pay the players a couple of bucks and buy them a meal to help you pack the truck. Something.
Yeah, Hey, that's the great thing about SFA is, I live about a mile from campus, and I can just tell the football coach, hey, I think you can have these football guys do some extra conditioning, loading some of these couches into my U-Haul.
Yeah, that's on you if you don't make that call. That's your mistake. Yeah. All right. Well, safe travels. Looking forward to meeting you in person.
Thank you.
And we'll catch up with you soon. Be well.
Thanks.
See you. Nicole Dixon. All right, she's got to make that call, right? She's out there mowing the damn softball fields. Is it too much to say, hey, if you need it? No, I can mow my own lawn. That'd be disrespectful.
What sold you on the job? Well, I don't have to rake the field before the
Seriously.
game. That's a bonus.
It's kind of a big deal. All right, I'm moving on up.
I don't have to chalk the lines.
So that's not the answer I expected. When I asked her, kind of go deeper into facilities, because I do think coaches tend to say, no, the facilities are wonderful. And I think the common fan, that just goes over their head. What does that mean? And she was talking about facility upkeep, and somebody else gets to mow the grass. Well, all right, I'm sold too. I'd move into a house, like if someone else mowed my grass, that was part of the deal. I'd consider that. 505-246-0610. Update on the Live Golf Tour, which is underway. What the PGA decided today was breaking news, and there are penalties for the players who are playing on the Live Tour. That's next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. And AM 610, the sports animal.
Give yourself a new morning routine with the Bell.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Sports Animal.
All right, Live Golf's underway. Hope you're digging it. If you're not, I mean, that's cool too. We've been talking about the golf and the wide receivers. Cooper Kupp got paid. Asked, whose game? Who does he remind you of? Grady said, Cooper Kupp reminds me of Larry Fitzgerald. Won't run past you all the time, but will beat you most of the time.
Thank you.
Similar size as Yak Monsters, yards after catch. Prime Fitzgerald. I think Fitz is bigger, right?
Yes.
But yeah, that's the game. That's the game. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in today. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, Amory, Adrian. Hello, Tommy. How you living?
Pretty good, guys. How about yourself?
Good. What's happening?
Wes, how about a very, very rich man's version of Wes Walker? Is that fair?
Quite rich, yeah. But I mean,
no.
I just he's better than Wes. He's
I
better than
think
Wes
couple
Walker.
of Walker and Edelman.
So he's got to be a Caucasian receiver. I mean,
Hey, don't pull the race card on me. I'm not like that.
yeah.
I'm just looking at their body types,
Yeah.
more or less,
Okay.
I'll have to think about that one a little bit more. I'm looking at more body type, but I'm thinking Wes Walker or Julian Edelman, but I think he's better than both those guys
No
actually
doubt.
put together, to be honest.
No, look, Edelman and Walker were both really, really good, and let's take another. I mean, Cooper Kupp is now the highest paid receiver in the history of the league. Now, does that make him the best? It does not make him the best player in the history of the league, but it sure as hell makes him one of the best receivers that we've got today. And when it's all said and done, we'll see where he is. But he's better than those guys.
Right, and about the golf tournament, it's money talks, BS walks. If these guys are getting more money and they can spend more time with their families, less events, why not? And you got to keep up with the times, PGA. Maybe you need to look at your process and change some things around. Maybe you need to look at you. Things have changed.
So I think that's going to be the biggest thing that comes out of this, is the PGA is going to be forced to change. They are.
Yes.
They are. All right, man.
And I remember back in the day when the USFL came in, and it has nothing to do with golf, but they were playing the players, the salaries that were quite high, the contracts, and they competed against the NFL. Probably would have stuck around if Trump didn't try to go head-to-head with the NFL, which he did. Big mistake. But the NFL never said, you guys can't come over if the USFL fails.
Tommy,
the players came over to the NFL.
So you're of the era, I believe, who will remember this. Remember when Steve Young signed with the LA Express? And they paid him $1 million a year, $1 million a year to play football in this new league, and it was oh my goodness. And then when that league folded, he went to Tampa Bay and then San Francisco. But yeah, that's where they got Herschel Walker initially signed with the New Jersey Generals or New York Generals, or whatever. I think it was Jersey. That was Trump's team, right? Herschel Walker,
Jim Kelly,
yeah,
too.
Jim Kelly with the Houston Gamblers. So they got players and they paid them. Very much similar to this. They didn't have Saudi oil money behind it, so their money dried up. This money they're just going to keep pulling out of the ground, and this feels a little bit more sustainable than that did.
Yes, I think the USFL would have stuck around if Trump would have stayed in the spring. When he went head-to-head with the NFL, I think that was the ultimate downfall for that. He should have stayed in the spring. Maybe they would have been around 4 or 5 years or something like
Just
that.
going head-to-head. All right, man. Good to hear you.
Good to hear from you guys, too. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Let me read you this. Eddie sent me this on Live Golf, JJ, and this is actually, there's some good points in here. He says, I think Live will make the PGA change its way. Instead of being proactive and evolving, PGA decided to dig their heels into the ground on this is who we are and we are better. The NBA changed because they had to. Example, something as simple as letting guys wear the shoe or the shoe colors that the players wanted to. PGA will lose sponsors and fans as this continues to develop. They need to change something to be more accommodating, just my view. And I think he's right. Assuming that Live works, meaning to me, JJ, assuming Live delivers the product that they claim they will, then yeah, this is sustainable, because if they listen to what the players are wanting, whether it's rule changes, format, pace of play, and they can sustain that, then I think they're here to stay for a little bit, and this is going to be really interesting. And I think it's going to force the PGA to make some changes.
I think when you're looking at any sport that is so individualized, golf, fighting, that there does need to be more ownership for said individual. Like, sure, there's going to be constraints you're working within. There's always, hey, we have deals with X, Y, and Z, so you need to focus over here. But I think it's something that we saw with the UFC. When they tried to just straight one brand with Reebok, and they took those opportunities away from the fighters. You can no longer sell patches on your short, and you used to see them hang those ring banners behind them. All those individual things that fighters used to be able to do to try to earn some money, they took away. And so I think that golf, what PGA Tour players are saying is they want a little bit more ownership of things like that, because while you're competing in the PGA Tour, you're an individual.
Well, where have they been stifled in regards to sponsors?
I don't know. They're screaming about how everything is terrible with the PGA Tour. So.
Well, yeah, they are. And again, I say they all, I mean, look at them. They look like a NASCAR. Every one of them, right? I mean, every one of them is painted with 17 different patches. That's probably not fair, but some of them are. I mean, you've got one on your hat, one on your left chest, one on your sleeve, one on your collar, one on your bag, one on your other sleeve. I mean, I'm looking at the live. I don't even, honestly, look at these guys. Hey, Marie, you're watching this. One of the things I've noticed a lot less of, and I'm not telling you this is good or bad, I see a lot less sponsorship. Like Phil's wearing his own logo. Now, maybe some of these sponsors pulled out and they'll get different sponsors as they move forward in this. But Phil's wearing his own logo. I don't see a corporate sponsor. Phil's on your screen right now. Do you see a corporate sponsor on him?
I don't think Phil has a corporate sponsor right now.
He doesn't have one, does he? And he's like one of the two biggest names in the world in this sport.
It's going to be a tough shot he's doing right now.
Yeah, by the way, it's knee high, and it's in the hay is knee high, and it's a big pull lie because he sprayed one up into the hay. I think it's going to force the game to evolve at the PGA level. Is it sustainable? I don't know. Are any of you watching? Do you give a damn? Do you care? 505-246-0610. When was the last time we got a surf report from Ralph?
Been a minute.
Just got a text from Ralph. See if it's a surf report. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, Adrian. How do the Warriors turn this thing around? JJ will tell you next. That's the opening drive.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence
like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
And Adrian, 505-246-0610. So, JJ, you just actually came up with a wonderful stat. There was so much talk going into this game 3. Draymond Green this, and is Draymond in their heads, and how do you get in Draymond's head and get him thrown out? And I came back at the top of the show today and said, you know what, maybe the strategy for the Celtics is make sure Draymond stays in the game. Make sure Draymond doesn't get technicals and get thrown out. Maybe not only is he an offensive liability, is he a defensive liability? No, Draymond's one of the greatest defensive players ever. Well,
there's a reason yesterday that I said Boston would love to have Draymond Green on the floor as long as possible. Because Draymond Green is not a good basketball player right now. Draymond Green, second spectrum, so if they analyze this. So Draymond Green
Second Spectrum is some data company?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, where you pull point per possession numbers. So Draymond Green right now, when he's the primary defender, so it's boom, Jeff Symbieta has the ball. Draymond Green switches onto him. He's given up 1.24 points per possession, which is the worst that he's given up since 2013-14.
That's 2 buckets out of every 3 possessions.
Primary defender.
The worst
that for Draymond Green personally in the postseason since 2013-2014.
Right. Does it show a perspective amongst players currently playing in the playoffs?
I will look that up for you to try to give you a perspective on what it all means. But it's Dre is not a lockdown one-on-one defender. He's been a good help defender at times. And this is why in this moment right now, even if Golden State comes back and wins like they did in Game 2, you're telling me who do I want on the floor? It's not Draymond Green. It's
Your
I'll
best
take Al
defender's
Horford
Wiggins right now.
Like, I want an Al Horford presence to where I know at least, hey, this dude can hit a shot. This dude is not going to be immediately looking to get the ball out of his hands. He's going to try to make a play, whether it's a basket or shooting. And, oh, by the way, you're getting a better rebounder. Because Draymond Green has got a lot of work to do himself. He's using it punked by Robert Williams. They pretty much let him catch the ball top of the key, and they can run away from him, and he's not going to do anything. Is Draymond Green the reason? No, but he's still one of the most important players on the Warriors. So absolutely, you have to look at and say, how do you function with Draymond Green on the floor if he's going to play 35 minutes and give you nothing on both ends?
So I'd even push back when you say, is he the reason? He is certainly a reason.
He was my number 2, by the way, my top 3 most impactful players in this series for the Warriors.
Well, I think look, The whole thing with what's Draymond's game? He's tough. He's gritty. He's resourceful. He plays great defense, right? How resourceful has he been? You got how many rebounds? What do you have yesterday? 2 and 4? 2 points, 4 rebounds? How resourceful is he? How gritty is he? He got 4 rebounds. How tough is he? He 100% got out toughed. He can talk all the mess he wants. You don't have to tell me how damn tough you are. I tell you this all the time. People who are really good don't have to tell me they're good. People who are good people who are good at what they do, you don't have to tell me. People who are tough don't have to tell me. You should, right? And this isn't just me. This is I think this is society. This is life. If you're really good, you don't have to tell people how good you are. It kind of shows. How often did Michael Jordan tell you how good he was? Kobe didn't have to tell you how good he was. Tiger didn't have to tell you how good he was. Wayne Gretzky didn't have to tell you how great, not good, he was. People who have to tell you how tough they are probably aren't that good or tough. Well, all I hear is how tough Draymond is. Don't tell me, show me. He got out toughed and out gooded yesterday. Both Williams. I thought Grant Williams abused him. Robert Williams abused him. Like, is he the reason? JJ, I don't think he's the reason, but I think he is as big a reason as anything on the. If you're going to point to anything on the Warriors, he's the first place you've got to look.
That's because he's the one they're asking to push back against Al Horford and Robert Williams.
My God, I mean, I
so
think Looney's
Steve Kerr does have to adjust. He might not want to, but has
what does that
to
mean? Where's
play
the adjustment?
Kayvon Looney more when Robert Williams is on the floor.
I agree with that.
He has to.
I agree. And Kayvon Looney, as Van Gundy said, I love the way he goes about his job. I think he's going to have to play tougher. He's going to have to play bigger. Now, he
wasn't on the floor in the fourth
I agree with that. No, I know that. And that's why he only had, I think, 6 rebounds or something. There wasn't enough time. He is a rebounding machine. Is he an offensive liability? I don't know if he's a liability. He's not an offensive weapon. He's not a piece. I mean, he can get the dunk. When you give him the ball, the basket, he'll be able to put it in.
He can do more than Draymond Green can.
I think
around
right
the
now
basket right now.
Now, perimeter defense. Are you worried? Do you lose Draymond? And I think Wiggins is being your best defender.
Well, that's why you match Robert Williams with Kayvon Looney.
Yes.
So when Williams is on the floor, you say, all right, Kayvon, boom, you're on the floor with him. That's your matchup. And then you got to switch back. The Warriors, there are too many times where Steph Curry was in foul trouble, and late in the fourth quarter, Boston was able to get the switch. You just got to fight back. Like when they run that screen, you can't have Jason Tatum all of a sudden guarded by Steph Curry.
I'm trying to think of the run that they made. I mean, that was a Steph Curry and Klay Thompson run, right? When the Warriors got back and they had the 7-point possession, which was all Steph, right? It was 7 points from Steph. And then he came down and hit the one right after that, and it was like, boom, and they're on top, and there was a little bit of swagger now. Where was Draymond there? Because that was all Steph and Klay, wasn't it? It wasn't even Jordan Poole. It wasn't Wiggins. It was Steph and Klay. Wiggins was good early in the game when nobody else could score. But that was all Steph and Klay. I think there's got to be more than just splash, brother.
It's got, and someone you're looking at, too, that can change a series, Jordan Poole.
And he was really, really quiet yesterday. You know.
Because when you're looking at the points you're getting, Derek White off the bench in this series, how much you're going to him, what you can get at Al Horford at times, or Marcus Smart, like Jordan Poole.
10 points in 24 minutes yesterday and 4 for 8 shooting. Yeah, I think that's right. Because after that, I mean, it's not there. You know, Otto Porter's not. I mean, he hit a shot for you. What's Otto Porter doing for you? And Wiggins. It's got to be Poole and Wiggins. Wiggins had 18. I mean, I got no problems with the way Wiggins is playing. None. How good's Steph been, by the way? I mean, if they lose this series, and I told you going in, there's no way his legacy is damaged. It can only be enhanced because I think there's, and I'm not in this camp. Okay, I am not in the camp that says Steph has got to get an NBA Finals MVP to fill out his resume. Are you out of your bleeping mind? I just think that's such blowhard garbage. That's just me. I know there's people who think that's absolute. I think he does nothing to damage. And if they lose the way he's played thus far, there's nothing to hang on him.
It's going to happen, and especially the amount of the record you're going to hear of Warriors without Kevin Durant in the finals.
What about now this foot injury? This foot injury may be real. Steph expects to play. Look, they have zero chance without him. Okay, zero. This foot injury could be real. Now, didn't they win a championship without Kevin Durant before? They did beat LeBron James, right? I just want to make sure that was correct. I did see that. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Yeah, and if they lose after Kevin Durant, they needed Durant, whatever. I just don't think he can hurt his legacy here. Can he hurt it? Can he help it? Can he enhance it? Yeah. But I think he's chiseled, man. I mean, he's solid, and he could just continue to climb, assuming he continues to play the way he does. Now, this injury, and I'm looking around, it's a foot injury. Is that what you understand on this?
Yes.
All right. I'll be all right, he said, about the injury. I got caught underneath Al Horford. Obviously, there'll be some pain, but I'll be all right. Figure out how it feels tomorrow and get ready for Friday. It was the same thing I did against Boston during the regular season, but not as bad. How many games did he miss during the regular season? I don't feel like I'll miss a game. That was what he said. What? I don't feel like I'll miss a game? That was last night after the game.
Yeah.
I mean, look, here's the deal. I don't think I'm overstating something. They cannot win without him, right?
They cannot win this series without Steph Curry.
I don't know if they can win a game without him. They cannot win without him. That's obvious. Really, Dr. Obvious? Captain Obvious? What's your name, Obvious? What's Joey Obvious? Nelly Obvious? Lieutenant Obvious? I mean, duh. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. Your emails come in this morning. Jeff@sportsanimалabq.com. JJ@sportsanimалabq.com. Talk to A. Marie. She'd love to talk to you. You can send a text. Are you on the text line? You see anything there?
I can see it too.
Look, that's great for both of you.
How come you can't?
I don't know. You want to come sign in on mine? I'd love you to. For whatever reason, I can't. Anything there I should know about?
The dude that sent the Ricky Prohl wanker bet said, "LOL, I got you." Like, okay, we said it was sarcasm.
What? Because we read your text.
Gotcha.
Cup reminds me of a very good rich man's Julian Edelman.
It sounds like the take Tommy had. Or was it Tommy? Yeah. All right. What do you think of Grady's take on Larry Fitzgerald?
Better than any time someone wants to keep saying Julian Edelman.
Fair enough.
You ever realize that just because Cooper Kupp's a wide receiver,
yeah, I was like, what?
Cooper Kupp's 6'2".
Just saying, man.
Well, the guys are like Wes Welker was 5'9". Edelman's like 5'10".
Yeah. Sound approach to your investment strategy isn't just about growth. A comprehensive strategy can also help you conserve what you've earned. So what's your financial goals? Kirtland Federal Credit Union will help you achieve whatever it is. May I suggest you get a hold of Kirtland Federal Credit Union, whether you're planning for retirement, looking to improve your home, buying a car, whatever it is, Kirtland Federal Credit Union will get you there. They have competitive rates and unbeatable service on car loans. They'll help you drive away in the vehicle you want with payments with which you can live. Buying a new home, you get to choose from a wide variety of mortgage programs. Partner with a team of friendly, knowledgeable mortgage experts, and your payments will stay 100% local. Improving your home? Turn the value of your home into cash. You can use that cash for home improvements, upgrades, and more. Planning for retirement? Investing for retirement starts with Kirtland Financial Services, so you can talk to an advisor today and start walking the path to a confident future. So, how can they help you today? Stop by any branch of Kirtland Federal Credit Union or visit them online at kirtlandfcu.org. That's kirtlandfcu.org. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games.
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, so Cooper Cup reminds you of who? Well, his bank account reminds you of... I mean, right? Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. A-Marie and Adrian, good morning to you. 505-246-0610. So, Celtics and Warriors, how you feeling about last night? Are you on Draymond being the reason they lost? Is he a liability? Yes.
How did Andre Iguodala earn NBA Finals MVP of that series?
No, look.
So I think
gosh, I forgot about that.
Well, it
fair
could have been Steph's
question to ask.
Yeah.
Why was Andre Iguodala the MVP of that NBA Finals?
And that's where Steph should have had that, and people would...
2014-15.
Yeah. You have the numbers in front of you? I know you do.
Where the Warriors...
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Cleveland in 6 games.
Yeah, go ahead and read the numbers.
What did Andre Iguodala do?
He was good. He came off the bench. He was he was big in big situations. He played well and he really defended. He defended LeBron.
Do you want to hear LeBron James' numbers for the NBA Finals that Andre
That
Iguodala
year?
won MVP?
Go ahead.
LeBron James that series averaged 34.2 points, 14.4 rebounds, and 9.4 assists.
Yeah, and there was nobody else on that team, right? I mean, who was next on that team?
Steph Curry averaged 26, 5, and 6.
Mhm.
Iggy averaged 14, 6, and 3.
Yeah, look, that should have been Steph's MVP. And then they should really retroactively go back and give it to him. And then all these people who were screaming that his resume is incomplete because he doesn't have an NBA Finals MVP can stop. First of all, that's something that's out of his control.
Yes.
If you want to tell me he's got a scoring title or he's got that's out of, it's a bunch of guys with beer bellies sitting around eating popcorn, dribbling crumbs all over themselves who vote for it. Is that over?
Man, that was one of
what?
Just looking back at that series, it was one of Bron's best series yet. Just looking up.
And Iguodala was his prime defender.
Right. And look,
Supposedly.
what Iggy did was in big moments. LeBron got a lot of points early, but when it came down to winning time, Iggy did a nice job and hit some big buckets. Like Iguodala.
Well, overall, his shooting percentage the whole series was better than Curry. What I'm reading.
Whose was?
Iguodala. He shot 55% from the floor and 44% from three-point range.
Yeah, I'm not telling you he had a bad series. He actually had a really good series. You think he was more valuable than Steph in that series? I'll tell you straight up. I mean, no. The answer is no.
But I think this is why the case was made, because of his overall performance throughout the series.
That's when people said Steph.
And I think it's because they're focusing on him defending LeBron with the stats that JJ just gave us.
That's great. And LeBron scored 34 points.
34 points, exactly.
Look, Iggy was good. He was a kid. They probably don't win that
reason
series.
why they won the series. A reason.
It was
a reason, yes.
The
but
reason.
overall,
Look, the reason was Steph Curry.
correct.
And so, I don't know, JJ. Do you buy into this where he's got a hole in his resume crap?
I don't, because if you take a step back and look at the total picture, like that's one series you go back to, and of course Andre Iguodala has a better shooting percentage. He took 10 less shots per game than Steph Curry.
I mean, that's great.
Like, so we're gonna sit here and should Robert Ory have?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
NBA
More than
Finals
Kobe?
MVPs because he hit some big shots late in games.
Right. Right.
Like Iguodala was a big piece of that series, but I think as we've gotten 6, 7 years, 8 years from that, dude, LeBron torched him. LeBron's numbers were unbelievable.
LeBron was the best player in the world in his prime.
That's crazy.
And torched with nobody. By the way, with nobody else. I mean, who was the next best player on Cleveland?
Timofey Mozgov.
And I mean, who was the next highest scorer for the Cavaliers in that series? It's and this is what's going to tell you. I mean, yeah, LeBron had a shoot. And what was LeBron's shooting percentage in that series? I bet it wasn't great because they had nowhere else to go. I mean, that's what it comes down to. So that should have been Steph's MVP. And I think everybody acknowledges that, except for the people who want to argue, well, I mean, he shouldn't be in this conversation because he hasn't won an MVP in the finals. Well, he didn't vote on that. And
It was
by the way,
7-4.
He's
the voting.
It was what?
7-4. It says right here.
There's only 11 people who vote on that.
I was like, that's what it says. 7-4.
Yeah, that was the series where Kyrie hurt his knee in overtime.
Yeah, so who else?
None for Steph Curry.
Had his
Wow.
shoulder dislocated earlier in the playoffs, like
Whose
Kelly
shoulder?
Olynyk, Kevin Love, when Kelly Olynyk ripped his shoulder out of his socket.
Oh, yeah.
None of them voted for Curry.
So
Damn,
who was
the
the next-
disrespect.
Who was the next leading scorer on that team? Was it you? Was it Matthew Dellavedova? Who the hell was it?
It was the Matthew Dellavedova, J.R. Smith.
Was it J.R. Smith? What was LeBron's shooting percentage? I mean, look, we're going back. If
LeBron's numbers in that finals.
Yeah, they were nuts. And he could have won MVP.
Dude, he took 32 shots per game because he had to.
And he scored 34 points. I mean, that's
39
good.
at 39.
You know, for all the people who yell at Kobe, well, I mean, he shoots so much. Okay, well, look what LeBron did. Because he had to. I don't hear anybody telling me LeBron shot too much. Certainly, I mean, that was Edwards' whole argument, caller Edward, when he used to complain about Kobe. Well, he shot so much. Well, look what LeBron did, because he had to, right? And they didn't win.
So
give Curry respect, man.
Please. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Even after this, if they lose, he's probably going to lose respect too.
Which is stupid.
People are going to
stupid.
on that KD record out there. Oh, he doesn't have an NBA Finals. Well, then my counter argument is Iggy should have handed that one to Steph Curry. Then we wouldn't have this.
Yeah, then what would the argument against Steph be?
Problem for
I just think voted upon awards, which you may have earned but not received, should not be the thing that people are holding against you in some argument that you don't belong on some list. Do you see what we're seeing? If you think Steph Curry's only a shooter, then you don't know the game. You're not watching. If you think he can't defend, you're not watching. I'm not telling you he's an elite defender. The guy's won 3 rings, and they're reincarnated, and they're back on the stage again, and I don't think they're done. He's been the catalyst. He's the best shooter we've ever seen. I don't even think that's arguable. Now, is he the best player ever? No, but when we start having these conversations, he can't be top 10. He's never won an MVP in the finals. Yeah, but he's probably earned it. Like, he probably should have, but he didn't win it. I just think if that's the one thing lacking in your resume, okay. Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing didn't either. Karl Malone didn't either. If that's the one thing that's lacking in your resume, which do we argue that he was the catalyst of 3 championship teams? Was Durant the catalyst of those teams when he was there?
It could, like, Kevin Durant could be a better player than Steph Curry, which the answer is yes, but the core of everything is still Steph Curry.
The core of this run, the Warriors, as you've known the Warriors, has been Steph Curry. The catalyst, the core, the engine has been Stephen Curry. But, well, I mean, he hasn't won an MVP in the finals, and LeBron, it's just bonkers to me. Bonkers. And now you guys are looking back 8 years later and going, how the hell did Andre Iguodala take his trophy?
Just like in 2015, they come back and Iguodala wins the MVP.
I mean, if you want to go back and make things right, you know what, Andre? Do you still have that thing in the basement? Can you dust that off? And the Chevy Silverado that went with it, or whatever the hell car you get? Yeah, give that back to Steph, too, because somehow people were high. They were passing around edibles at the table, and people didn't know what the hell they were doing. What? Oh, did I say did I cross the line?
No, I
you
like
guys
it.
Look at me. You're gonna get
I just read a funny tweet.
What?
Draymond Green has more podcast episodes 3 than blocks 2.
Ooh, burn.
Well, is it a burn if it's true? I mean, it's
what's up
fact.
with this? All of a sudden, you see how the Warriors are very upset about the vulgar chants directed towards Draymond Green.
Who said
Oh,
that?
gosh.
I mean, there was an F Draymond chant going.
Steve Kerr. It's like, that's never an area you're going to win, because pull up clip X, Y, and Z of Warrior fans saying X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. I again, if really that's my issue, then you're going to lose. If that's your issue, then you will lose. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. We haven't hit this yet, but JJ is the voice of Global Women's Basketball. They got a big transfer. Not necessarily big in size, but I think it's a pretty sizable, impactful transfer that's going to play at UNM and has 2 years of eligibility. Who's that? What's it all about? It's next on the Opening Drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Telling it like it is.
Your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
At the Sports Animal.
All right, H.DUP and P.KWM are winning the London Invitational.
Guess how much a ticket is to go?
How much?
Want to guess or?
$100.
How much?
$100.
73 euros.
Oh man, it's $84.
$84?
I will $84. Yeah.
$84.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How many euros is that?
But also, there's other exclusive like club packages. You can go sit in the gallery.
Yeah.
You can do the experience. They have like different levels of clubs and stuff.
There's not a ton of people out there. Like the galleries aren't that big.
No.
Looks chilly. Alexa, what's the temperature in London? Oh, we don't have Alexa right now. I guess I could ask.
You can sit in Club 54.
I'm gonna get the 54 thing. All right. Do you know who H-Dup or P-Quim are?
Absolutely not.
All right. Chase Koepka's 1 stroke back in second place, and Brandon Grace. I do know those 2 guys. That's one thing they do need to fix the leaderboard thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Or like scroll them on the bottom or something instead of just the
put
left
their
side.
full name.
I mean, like JJ said, these guys are not well known enough that I could just look at all this and know who R.CW is.
Besides the 7 guys we do know,
I
yeah.
mean, we just don't.
Yeah.
We just don't.
Yeah, let's fix that.
All right. All right. Lobo women's basketball team got a pretty good commitment, JJ. She played at UNLV. She was, I believe, first team all conference, if I'm not mistaken. Nia Johnson sat out last season and is a 5'8" guard, averaged 12.1 points a game, 4.4 rebounds a game, and was named All Mountain West after her only season with UNLV. She's got 2 years left, and she's going to be a Lobo.
Provides a very interesting backcourt rotation for the Lobos. I'm interested to see what role Maya Brown's going to play. The transfer from Florida State, as she comes in, is she going to be more of the small forward? I could see her at the 3 a lot in this lineup, but Nia Johnson comes in and it gives them a good backup ball handler to go with LaTorra Duff, because that's something that Jane De La Cerda did such a good job of.
So you think she's a backup on this team, or how does Bradbury
start?
When you look at this now, what's your starting lineup?
Because right now it'd be Tora and Tay Duff.
Okay.
Paula Reyes, Shy Magruder. That's what I'm looking at. But I could see Paula Reyes maybe coming off the bench, and do you have
because I kind of see that.
Hulda, I got to learn her name.
What about Amaya Brown?
Amaya Brown could play the 3, potentially. Quote unquote, if you're just thinking where they are. But being on the wing, she's long, 5'11", bringing that size. So it could be the Duff sisters, Brown, the Magruder at the 4, and then Hulda, the transfer that came in, the 6'2" transfer from Seward County Community College. But then that's 2 non-shooters in the front court.
Well, you don't have to play them all together. I think your rotation just got a little bit bigger, and you don't have to play people 38 minutes a game. I just think now with Johnson and Amaya Brown's the transfer from Florida State who went to Cibola, who is, she should be terrific. This feels like a really good pickup. Is Augman still on the roster?
Yeah, no, Augman is there. So it's another. It's Mike Bradbury plays guard dominated basketball.
Yeah.
So it's more chess pieces, transition game, perimeter basketball. But with Johnson in, I think you're looking at someone that's going to be kind of the backup point guard, experienced ball handler that the team needs, because it was Jaden De La Cerda that played that role. They didn't have a true backup point guard, and I think they can have that this season with Nia Johnson.
I think it's a pretty good get. I don't understand why, and it's maybe not for me to understand why she didn't play last year. She had played at Cal State Bakersfield before that. She's from Sacramento. But I think the big thing here is there's 2 years of eligibility left, and this helps your depth. I think she can score. She's proven she can play in this league, and to me, this is a really, really nice get. You put this with Amaya Brown and the Duffs in the backcourt, I'm going to be hard-pressed, and you know this way more intimately than I, right? You've been in every gym in this league. You've seen every team. Who's got a better backcourt depth than those 4 in this league?
Depth, not many. I haven't looked at UNLV's roster recently to see if any of their players jumped after the season that they had. But you're looking at UNLV right now, again, battling for this conference with the talent that they have, and they got bigger inside, which is key. And even the freshmen, it's got a long way to go. But when you bring in Brooke Berry, 6-foot guard from Billings, Montana, Hannah Robbins,
Hannah's going to be there too.
Daughter of Rob Robbins,
she'll probably play the 4
guard from Phoenix, Arizona. They play out of position a bit, but it gives them some length that they didn't have. Length and depth on this team, which is going to be fun to watch. Paula Reyes has a chance to take a huge step forward. She struggled kind of late in the season, hit a bit of that freshman wall. She had knee surgery, so she's going to be rehabbing this summer, similar to what Antonia Anderson had last year. So they're confident, she's going to be back on the floor and shouldn't have any huge setbacks. But all of a sudden, you have that experience with 3 fifth-year seniors, Duff sisters, Magruder, back on the floor. Expectations going to be sky high once again for this team next year.
Yeah, it's a big one. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in on that. Lady Lobo fan, please jump in if you want. But I think their depth now is terrific. I do have a bunch of emails. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck. James says, playing time for the Phillies, Jeff, the Duffs aren't coming back to sit on the bench. So with this new mercenary, who's the odd girl out? It has to be Augman, right? It's from James. Is that right? Might be. Look, go out and earn your playing time. Again, I'm not, all these, we got too much talent conversations that turn into who's going to score in January and February. It all tends to play itself out, doesn't it? It always works out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go out and compete. Would you rather have too much talent or not enough? The answer is obvious, is it? So, all right, Deutson, I disagree with JJ, he says. You said Draymond didn't do a lot last night. right? He says, Jeff, Draymond did do a lot last night. A lot of crying to the refs. See what he did there? He disagreed with you. Ken says the most desperate theory for Albuquerque's baseball team. The home club has to win tonight, right, Jeffy? You don't want to drop a series at the friendly confines and then have to turn around and steal one against Armando's team at his place. Isotopes lost last night. Was it 14-7, Amory?
Yes, it was.
After winning the first game of the series, they finish up tonight here, and then they'll drive down to El Paso.
Mhm.
Same two teams for three more down there. Yeah. Glenn says, shows how closely I follow softball. Jeff, when did Lomo softball get rid of Susan Craig? I don't know, about 10 years ago on that one. Glenn says PGA/Live. Where this is going to hurt Jeffy is not the majors. People will still watch those. It's going to hurt the interest in the John Deere Classic and the Reno Invite when the fields aren't that deep to begin with. You take out a few of these guys, and our folks going to tune in to watch Matt Fitzpatrick and Lee Hodges. So here's what I'll tell you. Are the fields for Live any better? They're going to have they got 9 guys from the tour, right? And I don't know how much you're tuning in to watch Martin Keimer. Maybe you are. This isn't going to kill the PGA. All right, can we be very clear with that? Will this affect the PGA Tour? Yes. But any week for the John Deere or the Farmers or whatever, you still have Jordan Spieth and Brooks Koepka and Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy, and I'll go down the list. I read you the list of the 17 players from the PGA Tour who went over to Live. With all due respect to anybody on this list, outside of Dustin Johnson and Phil Mickelson, what are you going to miss at the John Deere or the Farmers or the Honda or whatever? Are you not watching because Taylor Gooch is playing on the Live? Or because Kevin Na isn't there at the John Deere? Or because Turk Pettit isn't in the field this week in Reno? Or because Hudson Swafford isn't on your TV at the RBC Canadian Open? Stop it. I mean, with all due respect, like you're watching the Live right now. But don't tell me they've got more star power than the PGA. They took a few stars. They took Dustin Johnson and Phil Mickelson.
And they're taking a couple more.
They might. They got Bryson DeChambeau and they got Patrick Reed. But if you're going to go down the roster, who's got a deeper roster? I mean, the PGA still does. Now, let's see what happens. But are you honestly telling me you're not if you were watching the RBC Canadian Open this week, are you not watching because Dustin Johnson's not there?
The real question is, do they have shot tracker?
Yeah, they did, but not on every shot. I was watching it earlier, and it was not nearly utilized enough. Yeah.
That is very important to my viewing experience.
No, 100%. I mean, I would turn it off if they didn't. Yeah. I get your point, and I think the PGA feels it. But with all due respect, Glenn, is it really hurting the Reno Invite because Hudson Swafford's not there? Or Charles Schwartzel? Or Turk Pettit? Or Andy Ogletree? Or Graham McDowell? Or Martin Keimer? Or Matt Jones? Or Brandon Grace? Come on. Yeah, they're good names. PGA still has more names. I would argue better names. See where it goes. And by the way, look at the top of the leaderboard of the Live tournament right now, and you don't know any of those guys. You don't know any of them. So does it make it better? You feel it. It's interesting. You'll watch for a minute. The interesting thing is going to be when they go head-to-head. When there's a tournament in the United States, not early in the morning or, now. Because I can still watch the first round of the Canadian today, the PGA Tour later. But when they're head-to-head on a Saturday, then what are you going to watch? That's where you'll start to get the feel. 505-246-0610 is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1, cover it with green.
Watching the YouTube stream earlier. I went and found the rating for the Memorial last Thursday. This is Thursday. First round. It was the 98th rated show of the day at .04. Sportscaster 2 a.m. registered at .11. So what he's saying, but this is, okay, this is the initial first round of Live. So let's give it a little bit more sample size than one. And I'm going to the phones here. But can I just, you've got those 9 guys, Martin Keimer, Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, Sergio. Okay, this is the PGA's got one of their, I don't know, least attractive tournaments. They got the Canadian Open this week. Let me just give you a few names. What?
Canada.
Roy
He
McIlroy,
said,
Tony
okay.
Finau, Luke Donald,
JT.
Justin Thomas,
I mean,
Brandt Snedeker.
Great.
Until the majority of these guys go, and look, it may happen. They may all or majority of them go over there, and then you got a real problem. Okay, but there's 8 tournaments as opposed to there's a damn tournament every week on this tour. Now, are all the names in them? I don't see Jordan Spieth over there or Justin Thomas. Bryson went. Xander Schauffele's still here. Scotty Scheffler's still here. My whole point is, you read me the leaderboard again at Live right now. You don't know who they are. That's all. Do you feel it? Yeah. Do you notice it? Yeah. Are you going to react to it? Yeah. Hello, Ruben. Ruben.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'd like to, on the situation with Ricky Fowler, if I'm correct, he didn't do very well last year, and I don't know, he never lost his PGA card, but I guess you can lose your card if you don't perform good. Now, I don't know any other player besides him also losing your cards. Would that be a good situation to go with the Saudis, or what's a good answer for that?
Well, yeah, if he doesn't qualify to play, look, the PGA Tour, your card is based on the exemptions for tournaments, or there exemptions if you win and lose and whatever. But if you don't have the points to remain on tour, and they want to go give you guaranteed money, that's a great opportunity for you. Hell yes, I'd go over there. Yeah, great. It'd be a great opportunity. Thanks, Ruben. Right? Don't you think? If you don't qualify for tour, and they're saying, well, here, come over and we'll guarantee you this money. Yeah, that's a great answer for you. Terry, good morning.
Good morning, folks. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I was listening earlier on Cooper Kupp, so a couple of names out of the past. Andre Reed, who played with the Bills.
That's actually really good.
And John Taylor with the 49ers.
Okay.
Jerry Rice, running mate. So from that standpoint, I think they're comparable. Cooper Kupp's a stud, said that for years. Probably would have done much better in the Super Bowl a few years ago if he had been healthy. I think those names kind of run with it. I will miss Ricky Fowler if he jumps. He hadn't been real successful lately, but he's a good guy, so he wants to take off and make some money. Power to him. Now, from the USFL, I don't know if they ran out of money, but like I said, Trump went to court. They awarded him $1. That's the only thing kind of now. Yes, I'm not a huge fan of this new Live, whichever. But 5 years down the line, they're obviously not doing it for the money because they have more money than we have sand or dirt out here. If they get bored and decide, no, we've had enough and stop it, then it goes back. And so from that standpoint, we go on. Now, great interview. You got the new coach. That's where I think NIL money could come into play for UNM and on the softball because, like I said, 45 years ago, Bios used to fly in a guy from New Zealand to pitch for their fast-pitch softball team. If you can find somebody that has some money and, wants to spend a few dollars and support the team, you find a pitcher in college softball. Doesn't make you make the World Series, but it sure can help a lot. So if you could toss a few bucks that way to somebody, it could really maybe help their team a lot sooner that way. So from that standpoint, you guys have a great day. Be safe. Always love the show.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Terry. There's got to be someone who loves softball, right? Who's got some money, who wants to go out and support and find an NIL deal for a softball pitcher.
Just need one.
I mean, kind of, right? What's your game? Oh, I love softball. I played college softball, and I got a lot of money, and yeah, that would help you. Tell you what, you watch. If you watch any of the softball, we had Nicole Dixon on with us. She's the new Lobo women's softball coach, and she's not wrong as far as the viewership stuff. And if you've been watching, it gets decent numbers. There's a lot of excitement around it. I mean, at Oklahoma,
The fans are awesome.
Do they
They're
kind of like
wild.
their softball a little bit?
They do. That's why it's found a good home there.
Yeah, it's really, really. I mean, I've watched a little. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I've watched the whole game because I'd be lying to you. But it's something to flip over and watch. It's this time of year is really kind of cool for viewing. And I say this time of year, anything outside of football. I mean, football dominates. But have you watched any lacrosse on TV? Have you caught any of the lacrosse? Do you guys care? Because I've watched it and I'm like, damn, this is cool. Been fascinated by it. Addie loves it. Like, yeah, she's into it. Tony, good morning.
Did I not say Celtics by 12?
Yeah, I think you said Celtics by 12, and I think that was the exact number, was it not? No, it was 16. It was 16.
16.
See, you screwed
16.
up. Yeah, you screwed up. You don't know what
see
the
what
hell
happens?
You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry?
You don't know what you're talking about. It was 16.
Yeah, I was, it's because I was on the way to work. I had just had one cup of coffee, so, but it was, the conference finals had horrible, completely horrible officiating, okay? Just completely horrible officiating. And now, in the finals, they're letting them play, but it's just, I don't know. And you tell me, am I looking at this too trying to, get into their heads a little bit or what? But Tiki Tack, I mean, come on, really? I mean, but I guess, a hand on the back is still a foul, whether if you push him or not. But I don't know. It's just either they're too lenient or they're not lenient enough.
It's a really hard game to officiate, man. It's really hard.
I just, but it's good. And I think now coming down with Steph with this injury, that's what everyone's going to focus on.
Yep.
And that's going to play right into the Celtics' hands because now it's just all the focus is going to be on Steph, not on the Celtics. It might be Celtics in 5 now. You don't know.
Is that your call now? Are you making that call?
Yeah. I was waiting for you to ask me if I was saying this with my head or my heart, Well, I don't know. It's just they're going to do something to force this to go 6 or 7.
Yeah, at least 6. At least 6. All right, hey, I'm at a show. I got to go.
You guys take it easy.
See ya. Thanks to Nicole Dixon. She was with us today. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4. And then Isotopes Baseball. They play the Chihuahuas tonight. Hey, Marie, wonderful work.
Thank you.
Adrian, wonderful work. Big day for you today?
Huge day.
Enjoy it, please. Be good to each other. We're back with award-winning radio tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Please be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. Smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.